China's GDP grew 18.3% year-on-year in the first quarter, hitting 24.93 trillion yuan, according to statistics released by the National Bureau of Statistics on April 16. The figure registered an increase of 0.6% from that in Q4 of 2020, or 10.3% from that in the first 3 months of 2019. This puts average Q1 growth of 2020 and 2021 at 5% from the 2019 level. The relatively small number base in the first 3 months of last year, as well as the increased number of workdays as a result of people skipping returning home for the Spring Festival, contributed to the 18.3% surge in Q1, said Lu Aihua, spokesperson of the NBS, adding that China's economy was recovering steadily. Facing COVID-19 in winter-spring period and uncertainties overseas, China consolidated and expanded its achievements in coordinating epidemic prevention and control and economic and social development, Lu noted. In general, China secured sustained and stable recovery of its economy, achieving a good start of the year, she said. The country's total retail sales of consumer goods grew 34.2% year-on-year last month, 0.4 percentage point higher than the January-February figure. In the first quarter, the investment in high-tech industries and social sectors registered average two-year growths of 9.9% and 9.6%, respectively. Besides, the total value of imports spiked 27.7% from a year ago in March, exceeding that of exports for the first time this year, which indicated a consolidated trend for the recovery of domestic demand. In the first 3 months of this year, the value added of equipment manufacturing and high-tech manufacturing enterprises above designated size, or with revenue from principal activities of over 20 million yuan, increased by 39.9% and 31.2% respectively year-on-year, with an average two-year growth of 9.7% and 12.3% respectively. The growth was higher than the overall growth of industries above designated size. During the same period, the investment in high-tech industries grew by 37.3% year-on-year, 7 percentage points higher than that of total investment, and an average two-year growth of 9.9%. Besides, smart and low-carbon products experienced rapid growth in Q1. The production of new energy vehicles, industrial robots and microcomputers surged 310%, 110% and 73.6%, respectively, with all achieving double-digit two-year growth. According to initial estimate, the energy consumption per unit of GDP decreased 3.1% in the first quarter of this year. During the January-February period, the total profit of enterprises above designated size increased 1.79 times, with an average two-year growth standing at 31.2%. Service enterprises above designated size achieved turnaround, and their total profit hit 169 billion yuan. In the first quarter, the nationwide per capita disposable income reported a nominal increase of 13.7% year-on-year, with an average two-year growth of 4.5%. The income growth of rural residents outpaced that of urban residents. In March, the Manufacturing Purchasing Managers' Index stood at 51.9%, up 1.3 percentage points from a month ago and staying above the threshold for 13 months in a row. The non-manufacturing PMI stood at 56.3%, up 4.9 percentage points, and composite output PMI was 55.3%, up 3.7 percentage points. The International Monetary Fund recently revised its estimation on global growth in 2021, projecting that China's growth will hit 8.4%. Spring Festival drives consumption boom. The Spring Festival is an important period that gauges China's economic vitality. During the past 7-day Chinese Lunar New Year holiday, huge high-quality and upgraded consumption demand was released in the country, leading to thriving businesses of online shopping, house call services and short trips, as more and more residents tended to avoid physical contacts and aggregations, and turn to reserved and staggered leisure activities. I didn't go out this Spring Festival, and instead I did some fitness practices at home. It felt good, said Li Bin, a teacher with a college in Beijing's Haitian district. In order to keep an hour of fitness practices each day, he specifically bought a treadmill, dumbbells and a yoga mat. The sales of household goods witnessed robust growth during the Spring Festival, and the consumption of jewelries, cosmetics and flowers also surged during this period that coincided with the Valentine's Day.